Bam. What is this? November. Take-Two's Interactive reveals sales of Tales of the Shire developer private division in largest earning. CEO looks forward to more sensible FTC under Trump. What? Take-Two Interactive has sold its Tale of the Shire developer private division. The video game publisher revealed the deal in its fiscal 2025 second quarter earning results Wednesdays, though it did not disclose the buyer or the sum of the sale. We recently made the strategic decision to sell our We recently made the strategic decision to sell our private division label so we could focus our resources on growing our core business for the long term. Take Two CEO Strauss Zelnick tells Variety. So, as part of that transaction, the buyer purchased substantially all of our private division's existing and unreleased titles. However, Take Two continues to support No Rest for the Wicked, which launched in April on early access. Importantly, we're grateful to the contributions that the private division team made to Take Two, and we're confident they'll continue to achieve success. While Take Two has gone another earnings cycle without narrowing the release window for Grand Theft Auto 6 down from fall 2025 to a specific date, Zelnick notes that it will not cross paths with the release of the Borderlands 4, which is set to be out April 1st, 2025, and March 31st, 2026. They had to do it because the movie fucking bombed. Take Two's 2026 fiscal year, I think it's safe to say we wouldn't and no one would stack up huge releases unnecessarily, Zelnick said. Wall Street forecasts 1.43 billion in net bookings, according to the analyst consensus data provided by LSEG, formerly Refinitiv. Take-Two reported 1.47 billion in revenue. Take-Two revealed its most recent quarterly results Wednesday, the day after the presidential race between now President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. When asked about the results and how they could affect future M&A moves on the heels of the Microsoft 75.4 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which was closing during President Joe Biden's tenure within the gaming industry. While speaking with Variety, Zelnick emphasized that while Take-Two is an entertainment company, not a politics company, he does believe the change in administration will lead to more sensible FTC. I believe the democratic process, by all accounts, this was free, fair, and secure election, Zelnick says. The future is also just that, so we always have that time together as a nation and as a company. We're an entertainment company, not a politics company. We're focused on our mission. I think that the president-elect has made it very plain that he believes in reducing regulations. I do believe that the FTC was misguided during President Biden's term, and I do think that the FTC tried to impede some transactions that were beneficial for both companies in question and the economy at large. And the FTC lost all those cases since. So I do think that depending on what specific topic is, deregulation can be positive, and I am certainly looking forward to more sensible FTC. Okay, so I'm reading this and I don't know a lot, but what I do know, it sounds like that they're kind of backtracking on a lot of things that they were forced to do once they realized Trump wasn't president. They're getting rid of the to me it just sounds like they're getting rid of the DEI stuff. In regards to the ongoing SAG-AF AFTRA strike against video game publishers, Zelnick says, we take these things very seriously, so I don't want to be cavalier about the situation. We do believe that it is both possible and likely that we can come to terms in a way that will be mutually beneficial to the parties. We certainly have both that hope and expectations. Following a disappointing box office for the Borderlands movie based on the popular franchise developed by Gearbox, which was acquired by Take-Two earlier this year, Zelnick says Take-Two is still interested in future films or TV adaptations of its IP. Yeah, because Borderlands did really well because it was kind of more true to the source. I mean, not Borderlands. Fallout. Fallout did well because it was more true to the source. It had a lot of Easter eggs, and it was doing fun things for its viewers. Where I think the Borderland movie was just... I want to say it might even be this era's Mario Brothers movie. Where it was, it was a really terrible movie, but it might have a cult following later. But then again, I don't know. I didn't get to see it. Or if you remember the original Mario Brothers movie, had almost nothing to do other than it had them by name, and it felt like it followed the story of Mario Brothers 3. So we'll see what happens. We have selectively licensed intellectual properties. As you know, we have a deal pending on Bioshock, for example, Zelnick says. And while the Borderlands movie was indeed disappointing, it was good for our catalog sales of Borderlands titles. So we would prefer to have a huge hit. As you know, we didn't have a financial exposure to the negative, so we are selective for exactly the reason that you cannot control these outcomes. And we prefer to control our own destiny. However, we still will license selectively. How did Tales of the Shire do? Because I remember this was another one of those games where somebody got in, started boasting about how it's so inclusive, and then I was like, that sounds like it's going to fail. Let's see, Google. Did it even come out? Tales of the Shire. Let's see, hang on. Let's just look at Tales of the Shire. Because this was supposed to be like Animal Crossing, but set in the Lord of the Rings universe. Okay, it hasn't even come out yet.
There are many tales of Middle-earth. Tales of courage and brave deeds in dark times. But that is not our story. For this is one of new beginnings.
Now it looks good, and I mean, if it's an Animal Cross, if it plays like Animal Crossing with Lord of the Rings, I'd be down for that. Oh, what was with his face? Hang on, go back. Hang on. What is that face?
These are our tales of the Shire. Hobbits really are amazing creatures.
When 2024? Because 2024 is almost over. Is there a set release date? I mean, it looks fun. Division account and opt into the newsletter to receive news about Tales of the Shire. So I gotta wonder what's gonna happen to this game, because we just. That's why I was looking it up. What's gonna happen? Is the release date gonna get pushed back? Let's see. Is Tales of the Shire canceled? No, Tales of the Shire, the Lord of the Rings game is not canceled, but has been delayed to early 2025. Okay, so it's been pushed back to. It's been pushed back to March March 25th. It will be available on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Netflix games. Is Netflix games still a thing? I thought that closed down. I thought they closed down Netflix games. The game is developed by Weta Workshop and published by Private Division. The delay in the game was originally expected to launch this year, but was delayed due to ensure that the developers could deliver their intended vision. In the game, you can play as a hobbit in the Shire, and you can customize your appearance, decorate your home, fish and garden and forage, harvest seasonal crops and flowers, prepare meals, meet characters and families, join club missions. What is the club mission? Okay. I mean, I would still be down to play this. Like it, I like crafting games. I like crafting. I like a crafting game that gets fighting in it, but sometimes I want a crafting game that doesn't got fighting in it, and it's just something relaxing. And Tales of the Shire might be that, but it's got me concerned because it's like you just sold this off to somebody else now. And while I was reading this, I thought they were talking about like the private division. No, the studio's called Private Division. Okay. So my guess is that it's going to get a slight, well, it's probably going to get a massive overhaul and be something slightly different. Let's see what this Reddit post has to say. Let's see. All of us here at Weta Workshop are excited to have you join us in the Shire, a peaceful corner of J.R.R. Tolkien's world. When a new hobbit steps into Baywater for the very first time, we want that moment to be everything you're hoping for. To ensure we deliver that vision, Tales of the Shire will now be launching early 2025. Thank you for your patience and continued support. Be sure to tune in to our Hobbit Day showcase on September 22nd. I missed that. To learn more about Tales of the Shire and our new release date, Weta Workshop Game Studio. Who can reply? Tales of the Shire mentioned can reply. Oh no! Why did they block comments? Let's take a look down the rabbit hole. Well, upsetting. I would much rather wait for a polished game to come out and something that looks like a Bethesda put it out and spent time the next. Yeah, that's true. Was looking forward to it dropping this year. Yeah. Oh god, what is this? What the fuck is that? Wait a minute. Weta is making this? It's for the good of the game. Well, that makes this hairy-footed hobbit quite happy. Can't wait. Bullied into a delay. LOL. Now scrap the woke trash and make it. There it goes. That's what I was looking for. Better start from scratch. Then this makes me sad. I read the books. I know the lore. This looks cute, and I don't think we were. And I don't think they were saying it was canon. It's just a fun Stardew Valley type game. A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Tell me where is Gandalf. I much desire to speak with him. Keep cooking. This is quite disappointing, to be honest. Take your time and hope it's working under the right conditions. It's a safe and happy workplace, guys. We need a cozy Hobbit game. No! Alas, that these evil days should be mine. Normalize game development delays. Yeah, no, 100%. I kind of agree with that. I would rather the game be delayed, come out functioning and enjoyable day one instead of having 50 fucking patches when I come home and then I have to wait for it to download a 50 gig patch, you know? Looking forward to this neat, relaxing game in my life right now. So just take your time. Absolutely worth the wait. I hope we were okay. I hope you're willing to collab with a smaller creator because I know my community will love this game and I'd be loving to play with them. My OC is Elfling. Half elf, half hobbit. Ugh. Tales of the Concord. So people are noticing. That's what I went back and said when I read this. It sounds like they sold the company. They're gonna gut it. They're gonna get rid of the DEI stuff that was implemented and enforced by, by regulations during the Biden era. And now they're just like, oh, Trump's here. We're getting rid of this because we can now. The leash is off. We're gonna throw all of this. We're gonna throw all of this out, re-scrap it. Now look, it doesn't have to have violence and gore, but I agree with a lot of with a couple of these comments. Why are the Hobbits? Okay, that one. That one's not gonna lie. Didn't even realize it was intended for this year. So still, I hope this means you're fixing the character because they are all kind of hideous looking. The whole point of the Sims game is escapism, and I'd rather imagine myself a very handsome hobbit than a ugly one. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell. That's why I went back and looked. The same clip from the same part of the video. I'm like, I don't know if this is a man or a woman or what am I looking at with this horrible, horrible monstrosity of a creature. Let's see. Scared to have faith. Yeah. I hope this isn't absolute trash like the other Lord of the Rings spin-off titles. Scared to have faith. Not shocked to be waiting to see this, but would much rather a finished, polished game than something that needs more months of updates. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so from the looks of it, they started bleeding in with the woke stuff into these comment sections and insert obligatory delay, blah blah blah. And so they silenced responding, which is a bitch move in my opinion. Still, I mean that is the game. All right, let's get back to playing Warcraft.